How's it going, guys? Nick Doucette from theScore eSports here with Karrigan, the leader of Astralis. Let's just start real fast, just one quick on that show my see just happened. No mercy for the fans, but is it nice to interact with them at the end of an event like IEM Katowice?
Yeah, I think it was a fun approach for us. I think we saw the first time they did a Gamescom in August, so it was quite fun just to be participating in it yourself, and especially when there's prizes for the fans to win. So we have to take it seriously.
Okay, let's just quickly look at this event, IEM Katowice, because you did have a very strong group stage. However, you also faced some teams who have not been looking so good recently. FaZe Clan obviously had a not so good DreamHack Leipzig. Same goes for VP. What do you think sort of those teams have been struggling with, and what, in your opinion, did you guys do well to overcome them in this group?
I think having a good start in group, especially against Envy, put all other teams on pressure because Envy was supposed to be the team who was favorites to go out. You could argue that we would go out first, especially because we had many problems with them in the past. I think on land we have like 18-4 stats in maps to them, so it was basically a hard matchup before going to the tournament. Them having issues like VP have had long slump, in my opinion, FaZe going up and down, and Envy especially having a slump right now. It was quite a good group stage for us just to gain some confidence because we are one of those teams who also had a small slump, but not like that big as other teams had. So it was good to gain some confidence in the matches, and we played 5 different maps. So it basically just showed they have a big map pool going into the tournament.
And then you did unfortunately have to go up against Fnatic in the semifinals there. 2-1. They looked very strong, taking down Luminosity Gaming as well. In that series, what do you think you guys can take away from that series to say next time we can use this? This worked against Fnatic, and moving forward in the next tournaments, maybe we can apply this again to the same result.
I mean, Overpass was surprisingly bad for us. I mean, that's one of the most map we have been convinced about that we are one of the best teams on the world in for a longer period now. And I think we have to look at that map before the major because basically it's a map we can get to pick up against many opinions. I also think that it showed our map pool strong against other teams, but especially against Fnatic, we are having some issues because in my opinion we shouldn't have won the Cash game. We made an amazing comeback, even though Cash is one of our worst map, but we still showed some composure and tried to win the match. So that's something we have to look at, and of course just looking at Fnatic, how they are rolling all enemies. Only lost 2 maps the whole tournament in 5 matches in group stage and 8 maps in playoffs. That's just amazing by them. So sometimes you just have to look at the enemies, what they're doing good, instead of looking at your own mistakes, because that's something we tried to the last 4 tournaments. And basically said now there's nothing to change because the group stage showed big improvement of us playing better. And against Fnatic we still showed some composure on a second map where we don't feel that confident. So we just need to play more and just focus on what we should do better and just try to improve it instead of changing so many things.
Another team that a big storyline for them was, of course, Luminosity Gaming. Had some big key players step up, some key role players, and gave Fnatic a really good run for their money. Unfortunately, Fnatic was too strong on the CT side and was able to, make the comebacks. What do you think of Luminosity's performance this tournament, and especially with their momentum and their passion heading into the major?
I think it wasn't that surprised that Luminosity made the final. For me, they were one of those teams who should make the final. I'll put them favorites above everyone else at the tournament instead of against Fnatic. Their playing style is that unique and their passion is that big that people on the same level can't compete with that passion. And it just shows that passion gives you that 5% extra will just to do more for your team. And the aggression they have is just like they are working as a unit, and that's many teams in Europe who's facing a slump could learn of that. You need to work as a unit and just not like it's just because we have a bad period. Our player's not playing up to his potential. Just look at your team issues instead of looking at players who's not hitting their shots, because in the end it's all the time it's a team game. And looking at Fnatic, they are synchronized above the whole scoreboard. They're all the time helping each other out, having good games all the time. So I think the big surprise of the tournament was for me Tempo Storm, bigger than Luminosity, because they simply showed the same as LG did back in November at Face It. So that's what you have to take away from this tournament. Big surprise from Tempo Storm, big failure by Envy, in my opinion.
Now, you did say that you were reasonably happy with your team's improvements that they were shown during the group stage. Obviously, it's nice to see that ahead, a few weeks ahead of the first $1 million major. What else is going to go in terms of Astralis' preparation over the next 2 or 3 weeks before that huge event?
I mean, I think one of the things I want to do personally is to look at Fnatic like I did back in the days where they were unbeatable in the spring, because I sat down, I had 15 to 20 pages of notes how they played on all maps, because I just simply just wanted to beat them. And that hunger comes back because I don't like to see a team winning so many terms in a row. So I'll do everything what I can do to prepare my team for the next match we have against Fnatic, which maybe will be a major or maybe after the major. Beside that, we are going to do a boot camp, and we have a small tournament called Counterpit League, I think next weekend. So that's going to be our preparation for the tournament. And for the first time in Danish team history of top team, we are going to make a 7-day boot camp up to the tournament. So we hope that will make us 5% more hungry and 5% more focused than we were at this tournament.
Some intense preparation, it sounds like, coming down the pipes. Does the fact that this is your first major as your new team, your own organization, Astralis, sort of add a little bit to that hunger that you say you're feeling right now?
For me, it doesn't matter what name I'm representing. I'm looking at myself, what I want to do, and what hunger I have. If I don't have hunger to win a tournament, I'll just simply stop playing. I'm just here just for the passion and winning that trophies. And we won it for so long time. We have never been in a major final, and one day it has to happen, I think. And we have just to look at the tournaments and look at ourselves, how much we want it, and show it like LG and Timberstorm do, because that's simply just giving 5% more.
Well, it certainly sounds like you have a plan in place and the mentality that's right to make it to that MLG final. So thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us today.